another day in Ireland. Today we are doing a popular tourist activity here in Ireland and we are circling the Ring of Kerry. It's going to be absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait to get started. Today is a gorgeous day. Yesterday was kind of a rest day for me. I did a lot of working and today is bright sunny blue skies and yesterday it poured rain, so I scheduled that right. Like, I have not seen it this clear outside since I got to the west coast of Ireland. It's supposed to be the most gorgeous day, no chance of rain, and so it's gonna be wonderful. It does look a little windy. Those people over there getting off the bus to tour these Killarney lakes look a little cold, but I am excited. Alright, so we have made our first stop here on the Ring of Kerry and I'm at the Red Fox Village here, or the Red Fox Inn in Kerrybog Village. What I'm going to be able to do here is kind of tour some old Irish cottages from, later centuries. And then they also have some Irish wolfhounds that I can look at and see. They've got goats, so I'm just going to kind of hang out and get to know this lifestyle. Alright, well that was great. It's only €6 to come visit here, the Kerrybog Village, so let's go check this out. Okay, the first thing I came across were the adorable Irish wolfhounds. Now, the Irish wolfhound is an ancient Irish breed of dog. They are famous also for being the world's tallest dog. Look at how cute. I hope one stands up. But they're just relaxing. They're hanging out. They're so cute. But they actually date back to Roman times. I'm just reading the plaque for this. If you guys think I'm like a professional, I'm not. But they were used to hunt wolves, elk, wild boar, and other animals like that to help feed. And they were famous for chiefs and kings to have, so pretty adorable. How cute. Hi, doggies. Wonder what their names are. Hi, doggie. Hi. He got up like he was going to move, and then he just laid back down. Oh. Look at how cute. Oh my goodness. So this is that puck goat again that we saw in the town of Killargwin, if I'm saying that right. It is one of Ireland's oldest festivals, which is really neat. It takes place in August every year. And one thing I've been learning here in Ireland is they love to have their festivals. Pretty much every town we've been to hosts a festival every year, so that's pretty neat. I really like that. All right, let's see what else we find. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is this old 19th century Romany caravan. Caravans like these were used by persons known as traveling people to navigate the roads of Ireland. So that's really neat. They're pulled by the single horse here. Let's take a peek inside here. Oh, neat. Okay, so you just have your little benches, little table area. Traveling in style. Alright, so we are coming up on our first cottage here. This is the Jeremiah Mulvihill cottage. Let's see here. I'm just reading this little pamphlet for you guys. It says, many families lived in the roof on the exterior of Jeremiah's cottage is thatched with river reed. This was sourced from surrounding riverbanks and wetlands. Inside, when you look up to the ceiling, you will see bog scrawl. This was used to insulate the houses during cold winters. So pretty neat. Let's go check it out. All right, so here we are inside checking out the little cottage. You see they have an adorable little fireplace here. Actually, it was only a few years ago my driver told me that Ireland stopped putting in fireplaces in homes because of the burning of fossil fuels. So if you notice a home in Ireland without a chimney, it's been recently built within the last few years because of that new law that they have. So traditionally though, all the homes will have a fireplace. Have a little baby crib here, in your bed, chest. Of course, you have to have the vanity mirror. Us girls know that. We've always needed them through the centuries. All right, moving on to our next traditional Irish cottage. This is going to be the Jack Bell O'Sullivan, the Old Forge. Let's see. The walls of this forge are thick and strong with the center section made of loose stone. This building was well ventilated with windows, double doors, and a large chimney. Much steam occurred when the hot horseshoes were placed in cold water to cool them. You'll notice the forge is quiet and dark. A dark forge assisted the blacksmith in recognizing the color of his horseshoes. And on the way to our next cottage, some very modern bathrooms if you should need them. Oh my goodness, as I walk in here, they're like playing like the old sounds. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. There's that sod roof here, and then of course you do have these like slab stones that are making up the wall. These are pretty popular in Ireland, this type of stone. And then of course you do have your flooring. Pretty neat. This is a really cool little area. I like this village. All right, our next cottage is the Phil McGillicuddy stable dwelling. Phil was a successful farmer. Here you see a totally different style of house. As you enter the cottage, to the left you will see the stable side, and to the right is the family residence. Farm animals were often kept in the stable side. So that is interesting. Inside the cottage they would make their own cheese and butter, but there was no running water, dishwasher, washing machines, cookers, or hoovers, etc. So a very labor-intensive style of cottage, of course, back in the centuries. Oh wow, so I've entered the cottage and this is what they were saying. So they keep the animals over here, and then if I simply turn to the right, you have like a little pantry cupboard area, a kitchen area right here, and a place to eat. And then you have your bed. Wow. And they said too that like many times, obviously back in the day, they had to share beds, they slept on the floor. They're sleeping right next to the animals, so that probably wasn't very sanitary, and hence why the average lifespan was only like 45 years old. But that's, I mean, this is just crazy. I love seeing stuff like this, so it's really interesting to me to see how they used to live and work off the land and live in these little cottages. And wow, it's, I mean, you really take what we have today for granted, because could you imagine living, you know, like this? It's really crazy to me. All right, our next cottage here is the laborer's cottage, and this is a very small cottage, and it kind of outlines the difference in class system among the village residents. Let's see here. It says he worked in the boglands cutting and transporting turf. You will notice that the floor in this cottage is in fact a mud floor. The reason the windows are so small in this cottage, as in most cottages of this era, was due to tax purposes. So let's go check out this cottage. Yeah, you can just see on this cottage how much smaller it is. So let's go see what it looks like inside here. I'm assuming very small. Yes, there's just a single twin bed. You still have a nice cabinet here for all your plates. You do have an area to sit and eat, get ready, do the wash, and an area to cook. So not much going on in this cottage. All right, and our last cottage here is the Patty Brown cottage. It is the thatcher's dwelling. It says this more luxurious cottage was home to Patty Brown, a local thatcher. Again, there is a contrast in class and stature from the other dwellings in the village. Furniture here is a lot higher quality. Wooden ladder has been removed for safety purposes. Let's go check it out. It looks really nice though. Wow, you can already see there's so many beds. Everyone's gonna have a bed in this cottage. You do have a nice kitchen table area. China cabinet to hold all your dishes. You do have a kitchen area. Oh, you can see someone's in here cooking for us. But yeah, you can definitely notice the change in the quality here of life in this cottage. Especially, the biggest thing for me would be the beds. That's what really stands out to me as being something that is of status. So you're not sharing a bed. Everyone seems to have their own sleeping areas. Ooh, I found the place to be. So this is the Shebeen. It was an illicit drinking house selling alcohol without a license. Let's go see this. That's cool. It's like your own little pub back in the day. That is pretty neat. Oh my goats over here. They're just hanging out. Seems as though they used to pour some beer here during the day. All right, so I'm wrapping up my time in the village, but I'm gonna go head over to the Red Fox Inn because that's where the gift shop is, and I may have a traditional Irish coffee, finally. This is really neat though, something I highly recommend to kind of see how, you know, the centuries have lived in Ireland over the years. It's very neat, and you always want to take part in the culture of an area too. Wow, they are really serving up that Irish coffee here. Look at how cute this is. Made our way onto Ross Bay Beach. This is just so beautiful here along the Ring of Kerry. I was able to have my traditional Irish coffee at the last place and it was so good. I am ready for more, but this beach is beautiful. Oh my goodness, they're in the water. Ooh, that's cool. Look at these gorgeous views we have while driving along the Ring of Kerry. Wow. Okay, we have made a stop here to look out over where we just were. So that was that beach that we were just standing on. But how incredible is this view right here? This is gorgeous. So we are actually heading up to see the Skellig Cliffs. Am I saying that right?
Skellig.
Okay. Skellig.
You've got to kind of spit it out.
Skellig Cliffs. Got it. Now you can also take a boat out to these, but they do get booked up way in advance. And not only that, but it's not always suitable conditions to go out. So keep that in mind as we plan your Ireland itinerary for you. Is we're gonna have to be booking those boats about at least a year in advance, and it still may not happen for you. But we're gonna get a really nice viewpoint from up here. John's going for it. Hey, come back here. He wants you.
I love it.
Hey, what's going on? All right, so these are imitations of the beehive village. So beehive huts are dry stone buildings dating from 2000 BC, which is incredible. I'm reading this plaque here. It says they are usually round in shape, but rectangular huts are also well known. What gives these huts their distinctive appearance is a building technique known as corbelling, or the layering of stones. So pretty neat. We just hiked up to the most incredible viewpoint and we're still going up further, but look at this. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous viewpoint, but let's go ahead and keep climbing up. All right, we're walking up to go see these cliffs over here on this side. Coming through a town on the Ring of Kerry called Waterville, if I'm correct, but they have a Charlie Chaplin statue here. Popular American actor. This was his favorite holiday area, mostly because people didn't recognize him here, so he could, you know, be himself and enjoy the beautiful scenery of Ireland. But he did a lot of films in the 20s through the 50s. Hi. Hello. They're like, what? What do you want? All right, so we are coming to an end of the Ring of Kerry and we are in Killarney National Park. Huge national park. Oh my gosh, everything, the wind today is crazy. But I want to show you the Muckross house here. It's like a pretty famous house here in the national park, at least, that you can do a short little walk to. Used to be like a summer home for royalty. Let's go take a closer look. So the only way you can tour the Muckross house too is by booking a guided tour there, just so you know. But for now, we're just gonna look around the outside, and it's about to rain. The wind is picking up really strong now. If you like around the national park, you can take one of these jaunting cars. That would be a really fun activity for me to do on my time back in Ireland, when I come back, of course. Here's kind of a general overview of this area of the national park. It is a huge national park. They do have a traditional farms area. That would be fun if you had kids. They do have a petting farm, playground, and then they also do boat tours, which would be really fun sometime too.